Hi guys, I'm Jackie, owner and baker over at Sweet Little Something Bakery, and I am going to be walking you through a few little different things. This very first video, I'm going to be walking you through just how to prep your pans before you start baking any cupcakes or cakes. So I'm actually going to be making a lemon blueberry cake batter, and I'm going to use that batter to make a 4-inch 3-layer cake. And also, I'm going to make cupcakes with whatever batter I have left over. So the first thing that you want to do when you're going to bake a cake, this is my 4-inch cake pan. I have 3 of them. You're going to want to line the bottom with some parchment paper. That makes it easy to take the cake out. It won't get stuck to the bottom or anything like that. And you don't have to like super grease your pan. So I do this all the time. No matter what cake I'm making, I always put parchment paper at the bottom. Now, at the grocery store, your Walmart, Amazon, whatever, you can usually find parchment paper circles, which makes it easy. You just, buy the right size and you pop it in here at the bottom. But the thing is that I don't buy those pre-cut papers for every size pan I have. So what I do is I'm going to show you a little trick on how to use, this is a piece of parchment paper that I poorly cut out of my parchment roll. And I use this to cut out a circle to put at the bottom of my pan. So what I do is that I'll turn it upside down. I'll fold it over like at the other end of the circle so it's like the full diameter. And then I'll just cut that out. And then I'll fold this in half-ish, like that. Fold it in half-ish again. And then here, what I do, if you guys can see, is I fold it over like that. So it looks like it would be a triangle. So I'm just gonna go over that again. So I cut out the length like that. The length of the diameter of my pan. I fold it in half once, twice, and then I fold the sides together to this point right here. And then that point, I'll put it like, I'll guesstimate, like that's the middle of my pan right there. And then I cut along here. So I'm gonna try to do this one-handed like this. Okay, so now this is trash. I'll just put that in my trash bowl. And you can see that it's not like a perfect circle, and it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be enough that it covers enough of the surface area at the bottom so that it helps you get your cake out. And then I'll just trim off bits until I get it to fit. And another thing to notice is that if you cut off, that excess when you measure it down here, and you see that it's like, when you test it in the bottom of your pan, if you see that any bits are sticking up like this right here, you're going to want to cut that down because you don't want your cake to bake with those dents and creases at the bottom. You want the bottom of your cake to be flat. So if you look here, this works. It's not perfect all the way to the edge, but it's not like climbing up the edge either, so it's not going to affect how flat the bottom of my cake is. So I'll do that for all 3 tiers. And then what I do to prep this pan is I'll just oil the bottom a little bit. I will put this in, oil the top of this parchment paper a little bit, and then just on the sides of this pan, on the like maybe even just like half an inch up is where I'll put some oil on the sides as well. I don't put oil all the way up to the edge here. And now I want to show you just the liners for my cupcakes. So this is pretty self-explanatory. You can use any liners, whichever liners you find. But in my research, like at the box stores, the best liners that I've found are these. I'll show them right here. They make sure they don't like stick to your cupcake too much, and they don't like pull away easily. So they are just like the perfect little cupcake liner for just, baking at home, making any kind of cupcake. You can also pick up, whatever liners you find. Wilton are okay. I know that Wilton has a lot of colorful ones, so if you need a colorful one for a theme or something, you can go with them, but this has like a very natural look once they bake because it's like craft paper. I'm trying to find like good lighting. Anyway, it's brown craft paper. I like the natural feel. I also bake cupcakes in like this size liner. It's a little bigger than my other one. I'm trying to, it's like glowing. Can you see the difference? So it's a little bigger. It takes a little more batter. And this is the size cupcake I usually make when I'm selling at a pop-up or anything like that. But no pop-ups right now. So we're just gonna make cute little size cupcakes, regular size cupcakes. And I just line this up so that it's ready once my cupcake batter is ready. So my cake pans are ready, my cupcake liners are in, and just before I get started on the next part, which is putting the batter together, I just wanted to give you guys a tip. A lot of us are looking up recipes on our phones, which is awesome because we're like cooking away, we're on touching our phone, but that can be tedious because our phone locks or our iPad locks or our computer locks. And so what I like to do, and maybe I'm just old school, is I write my recipe down. Like I write everything down on a piece of paper. And if it's like tricky technically, I'll write some steps, but I kind of know, you know, what goes first, second, like third. I know the process, but I'm going to walk you through that process now. So I think it's helpful to just write it down, and also you have it handy for the next time you want to make that same recipe. And if for some reason you make a change to the recipe, you change your own paper. So then you start building your own recipes. Different ways that you can do that is if you learn to do like a lemon cake recipe, you can always add in blackberries, raspberries, chocolate, white chocolate, blueberries. So today we're making a lemon blueberry cake, but if I took out blueberries and I substituted in something else, some jam or something, like I would put that here and I would have that then as part of my recipe profile. And then after the cake comes out, you know, I would taste it and see if there's anything that needs to change. But I just recommend this. And I also just like the idea of having my handwritten recipes that I can hand down to my kids, and they can make and hand down to their kids. And it's just not all going to be up here. I think that's I like the sentimental, I guess, piece of that I can hand this down and it's my handwriting. So let's go ahead and hop into the next part, which is making the batter.